Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a Thursday night edition of Teen Magic Academy Fall Ball, which happened last time. Um, hey, SJ, what is this game about and stuff?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. It's a game called Kids on Brooms, spin off of Kids on Bikes. So for IP wise, think Harry Potter, but not actually Harry Potter. It's our own IP, own school, own characters, own magical mechanics and stuff. Uh, Essentially, we did an episode or a series where it was centered around the fall ball and them getting dates and everything, and it went pretty normal. Everything's fine. Nothing ominous or looming.
Kel's mom is a delight.
Yeah, speaking of Kels, how are you doing with your mom chaperoning the weekend?
Listen, that's the least of her worries now. Spent the night probably crying, realizing what's happened. I presume for hilarious reasons, as she's the reluctant oracle trope, just a series of visions involving astronauts, mermaids, and I guess a banana or two, just for good measure, strewn about her bed. From
I'm confused. What do you mean? What happened?
you mean when Silen's girlfriend came over and basically told Kels to stop hanging out with him due to the four things that Kels actually done. But in context, it made sense. Definitely. However, not exactly a proper defense to give. Oh, and Izzy definitely told her all those things, or at least some of them.
Oh, you don't know that.
All right, who knows? Let's see, which one is the one that? Oh, who knows about the book that Kels had worked with Phineas to have Silent create and take?
Sai knows.
Well, he knows.
Well, you guys didn't tell him the full truth about it.
And she knew the
You
full
just told
truth
him that you think that someone might be interested in his book, but didn't say Kels was making him do a fake copy so she could pay off the mob.
Yes. Which his
I told him everything except for the Kels needing to pay off the mob part.
Yes. And Iris knows about the pay off the mob part. And the other person who knows that is Izzy, who was talking with her at the dance. I think Kels probably connected that bit at least. Had some time to think over it overnight. At any rate, she's fine, sleeping in.
Yeah.
Won't talk to anybody ever again. It's probably fine. Aspen?
Hi. I'm Sin or sinful underscore potato on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, most social media sites. I play Aspen, who is the haughty descendant trope. She has a thing with animals, magical creatures, all that fun stuff. She may or may not currently have a hit list or body count, because her first enemy of the Pegasus, Mr. Sparkly, as we have named them, or at least our little groups, that if we ever encounter doppelganger, we know how to be like, are you the real Kels? Okay, you are, type deal. So yeah, after the blood mage incident number 2, the Mr. Sparkly disappeared, went on a nice little vacation. It's fine. Probably. Anyways, that's the first victim. And of course, during that incident, Aspen sort of, kinda, totally told the big man in the sky, or not the big man in the sky, but the head honcho of everything, that Mojo provided the prank stuff that was used to destroy some of the museum and stuff like that during the field trip session, and then also has been pranking her thus after. So she made an enemy out of Mojo, and when she told Casey about it, you know, he went off. There may have been a fight, and you know, Mojo may be on another vacation with the Pegasus. I don't know. We don't know. It's probably fine. All is good. High school is going great. Why?
You know, when we first started this game and we were asked to make our familiars, I didn't realise that Aspen would have a Pegasus bear the name of Mr. Sparkles. But I made a cute little magpie named Maggie, obviously. You know, a corvid, an utterly unique familiar. Anyway, Phineas, what's your familiar?
He's an ex-Corvid. So they're both still complete. Actually, there's 3, right? Because there's a ghost one.
I was going to say, weird, an ex-Corvid, huh?
Right. We have a ghost Corvid and I mean, he's not a ghost. He's something else. No, yeah, so hi. I am Zero Day Late. And I play Phineas, who's clearly so much better than the rest of these people. Just come on. It's fine. It's fine. It's like, why? Gustav's in the mob. Kells is, wrecks lives because of the mob. Aspen is putting Pegasus heads in people's beds like the mob. And Phineas just wants people to be happy. And to protect people who need protection. And to save people's lives. And yet everyone thinks he's the weird one. Just because his granny is a hag. Life is not fair.
Well, luckily, Professor Levi stopped you from wearing a very weird outfit to the dance. I mean, it's still a weird outfit, but not as weird as it could have been.
It was weirder.
But
I got the what I wound up getting was weirder than what I was wearing. I went to Forever 121 and got something that looked like a cross between like a Mad Men velvet jacket and a 19th century vampire. It was extreme, and then did nothing but dance for 4 hours. So
I think vampire is better than pilgrim. So
I mean, pilgrim vampire.
It was the fall ball, so maybe pilgrim would have fit the theme. But
yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, where we left off is Kel's got a veiled threat from Iris. You were able to hold off a vision, had another vision, and then ran off to your room. Did you wipe off your makeup, or?
I think we had done that beforehand.
Okay.
Because I took Aspen to the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's now the next morning. Kels, you hear a knock at your door.
Kels is still asleep because she's sleeping through breakfast, so she's ignoring it or is waking up when it's happening.
You hear a firmer knock. Kels, it's me, your mom.
All right.
Open up, wake up, honey.
Kels gets out of bed and opens the door a little bit.
Hey, I thought we could get breakfast before I leave.
Mom, you were right.
Of course, but what about?
About the visions, Mom.
Oh, honey. And she'll walk in, close the door behind her, give you a hug. It's okay. I know it seems like it's the end of the world right now. Everything in high school, trust me, it feels that way.
It is the end of the world.
Oh, I know. But trust me, it'll get better.
It couldn't get any worse, I don't think. Well, maybe it's good that she doesn't know my name. That's cool. She hasn't remembered it yet.
Sorry, what? Who?
Oh, Iris? His girlfriend? Oh. I don't do anything, Mom. Just listen and give advice and don't do anything.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a little alarming already, but
All right. Well,
listen.
you've been talking with like all of the teachers this whole time, and it's fine. Anyway,
Your Professor Victus is the same Professor Victus that went to school with me.
what?
Well, he was an upperclassman when I went. Oh, everybody, I had such a crush on him. Speaking of, so I can relate.
Professor Victus?
Oh, yeah.
I'm quickly searching.
He's your transfiguration
Professor
teacher.
Victus?
Oh, trust me.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
what were you saying?
Oh, right. So anyway, so I ran into Silen's girlfriend Iris in the hall, and then she basically said all of the not well, I might have done some stuff like that might be like not being the best friend, and she knew all of that. And she said to stay away from Silent.
Oh,
I mean,
well, I'm not surprised. She has every right to be jealous of you. But what not so great friend things did you?
well, I
Like
mean,
what?
okay, well, like, let's see. She is not going to mention the notebook one.
Gotcha.
But she will I forget what the two in the middle were.
Oh, I did take notes. So I think she mentioned paying off your broom, funding the familiar contest, and then dragging him into danger with blood cult stuff.
Yeah. So I'll start with like first it was the loan for the broom money, and like,
Well, we paid him back.
yeah, that's what I thought. But I mean, I don't like, it still happened in the moment and he didn't seem to be upset, but it could be. So then and then we had this like familiar contest, I wrote you about that, and he
Yes, very cute.
he funded a lot of it. I mean, it was after we helped him find his Dreco, and it was in that honor, but I could see how that's like, we couldn't have had so many prizes and stuff without him funding it, because he bought a lot, like a lot. But we aren't going to do another one of those this year, and if we
Well,
did
it's not
it
like
in
you
the
did. You
future,
didn't force him into it or guilt him into it or anything, did you?
I don't think so.
I mean, if he wanted to do the contest too, whose idea was it?
Kind of all ours.
Yeah.
Phineas's.
Oh. Well, I don't think you should feel guilty for that. And not to say you should just take advantage of people with a lot of money, but I don't think it really meant that much to him.
Oh. Yeah, I've gotten the feeling he doesn't have a good concept of what we all have as pocket money.
Yeah, I don't. I'm curious what his parents have for his allowance or what he's allowed to access, but not my place.
And then there was the whole blood mage incident. Like, we found him in the music room and he was bleeding out. And I cast a healing spell on him, and I sent Phineas to go get the doctor. But then I had a vision, so I knew that Phineas was coming back, and I left. And it was stressful, so I don't know. I thought he wasn't. She's getting very agitated with this one.
Honey, you were a kid. What were you expected to do in a situation like that? extremely scary.
Stay
And
there?
like
But
you
if I
said, he
stayed
was
there, I don't
fine.
know.
Yeah, I agree. You should have stayed there instead of seeking out a blood mage and waited for the school healer and just stayed with him. I
mean,
do agree with that.
That's
but
probably what she would want too, but it said classroom.
it was a
and I
tough
thought someone
situation.
else
You
was
thought your other friend was going to die.
Yeah.
That's a horrible, awful situation that should not be held against you. Granted, we should talk about your actions in that, but as far as that part goes, that wasn't you being a terrible friend.
Yeah, she just kind of surprised me. Like, I don't want to make excuses for what I did to her. I mean, I feel like there's more context, but
I don't think you did anything to her.
well, she's worried about what I've done to Silent. I've never met her before.
Well, she's not silent. Look, clearly she's threatened by you, and she's jealous.
Kels is giving her like extreme doubt.
I mean, why else would she threaten you? I think she may be just a little insecure. And that's not on you, that's on her.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I'll give her a hug.
And she will give you a hug. She's like, all right, let's go get breakfast, get dressed. And she'll walk out, let you get ready.
Yeah.
Gustav. When you wake up in the morning, depending how late you go, how late are you sleeping in?
I feel that I was up all night thinking about Ophelia and Demi. And, you know, when dawn comes after a sort of tossing and turning, restless night, I'm up with the lark, going about my day, trying to distract myself.
Well, you get pulled out of your room by one of Sammy's guys, and he takes you to Sammy. Has you go in.
I, of course, bow.
Mm-hmm. Gustav, take a seat.
Oh, yes, sir.
So, what's your progress?
Well, I've scouted it out, and I know what defenses I've got to get past now.
Good. Could you just repeat the instructions I gave you again really quick?
I need to go into the professor's office and find in a ring, a bracelet, which is silver and has weird writing on it.
Runes, yes. And what else?
And bring it back to you.
And what else?
Be discreet.
I believe there was some very clear instructions, and I even asked you after I gave them if you understood that you're leaving out.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to remind me.
Seems I am, yeah. About you not talking to anyone about it or showing anyone the picture. You don't remember that part of the conversation?
Oh, well, yes, I asked Kels for some help, but Kels is one of us. She's done work for you before.
Dumb, but there's another person you told. A well-known snitch in the school, in fact.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I'm so sorry. I'll stay on top of her. She won't say a thing to anyone.
Yeah, I feel like you've promised this in the past to some people I work with. Just, quick question. Do you think I'm a chump? Like, is that what's going on here? Do you think
No.
like, I'm stupid or...
Please, Sammy.
You think what I
came-
say is a suggestion? Is that what's going on? I'm just trying to figure out where the miscommunication is stemming from.
Sammy, I came to you. I have a deep respect for what you can do. That's why I came to you for the favor.
I'm not feeling very respected. It went against my wishes and my instructions.
I didn't think that it was that was what you meant. I didn't think that you meant them.
You didn't think I meant them when I said don't tell anyone.
Yeah. I mean, I hang out with those guys and Phineas and 2K all the time. I won't tell.
So you think as long as you hang out with people, you can tell them whatever? Tell them about my business.
Whoa. Well, I guess you didn't think that, Sammy. I won't tell anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how are we gonna fix this? So I have to make an example. I can't just let it go.
Well, you could tell people that you told me to tell them. If it's on your orders, then that's all right. It's just it reinforces your authority. You look stronger for it.
Let's go with a different suggestion. What else you got?
I don't know.
You don't know? Can't think of anything?
Maybe. Maybe I could set up a meeting for you with Kels and Aspen so that you know that they're not going to talk.
You know what? I have an idea. To prove your trustworthiness and your loyalty. So I have other clients, obviously. Ones that don't like your friend Aspen too much, we'll just say. So let's say we add a little favor where you give me some information on Aspen. Things she's done, weaknesses, just interesting points, and if I find it worthwhile, maybe we forget all of this.
Aspen agreed to help you out with this. She's helping you. I don't want
She's not helping me. She's helping you.
Oh. I mean, I guess I feel
Your friends ain't my
about
friends,
saying they're
Gustav.
She has a grudge with Pegasus. I think she tried to punch it at one point, or at least it kicked her, so it got physical.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you give me a nice report on things you can think? I'll go through it later. But for now, I want the bracelet by the end of today. And then I want that dossier on Aspen.
Oh, I don't think I can do the bracelet by the end of today. I scouted it out, and there's a spell on the cupboard that I need to get.
Well,
off.
but you got your friends involved, right?
Yeah, we need
Three-man team. I'm sure you can get it done by today with the 3 people you have involved. Now, if it was just you, I would understand. But since you brought in your little team of experts, I'm sure you could be efficient.
Yes, Sammy.
Great. And we understand each other now that we're not to tell anybody else. To include your other friends or anyone else you hang out with.
Yes, Sammy.
Good. Keep in mind, I got eyes everywhere. Doesn't look good, Gustav. I liked you, but just know this is a strike. I don't wait till 3. All right, you can leave.
Yes, I mean, and of course I bow on the way out and bow,
Yeah.
bow.
And you see the guy that's standing outside just shakes his head at you, a little disappointed.
And then I'm going straight to breakfast, where I hopefully meet up with Kels and Aspen, and hopefully Phineas isn't there.
Speaking of Aspen, how long are you sleeping in for?
Probably a good amount, not to skip breakfast because food is good and stuff, but like a fair amount.
Gotcha. Cool. So when you leave and go to breakfast, JJ runs into you and kind of walks out with you, and he's like, "Oh, hey, how was the dance? I heard there was like fighting and a smoke bomb and stuff. I had left before then, but I heard it got crazy."
Yeah, but I don't know so much about actual fighting. Like, I thought there may have been a fight, but like, I saw the smoke. Yeah, it's kind of chaotic.
Crazy. As you guys are walking, Casey comes up and interrupts you guys. It's like, "Hey, Aspen, JJ," and he kind of nods his head for you to. He's like, "Can I talk to Aspen?" Just like, "Oh, yeah, sure. I'll catch you later, Aspen."
Bye.
Casey was like, "Hey, I just wanted to apologize for kind of ghosting you a little bit last night. Just stuff kicked off and I had to lay low for a bit."
Yeah, no worries. It's understandable. I don't know if I would have done the same thing, but like in that situation, it's understandable because like the teachers probably wanted students to go back to their rooms or something.
Yeah. Cool. Well, just wanted to say I didn't like it wasn't me just skipping out on the dance on you or something.
Yeah, no worries. I hope you had fun though.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
A lot more exciting than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Yep. Same here.
Catch you later.
Catch you later.
Let's see. Phineas, how long are you sleeping in?
Oh, he sleeps very well. Why would he sleep in?
Mm-hmm. Just asking.
Got a little extra exercise last night. Sounds like a baby. Like a goblin baby, in fact.
You leave your room kind of the same time as Sai, actually.
Oh. Good morning.
Oh, Phineas, hey.
Well, okay. All seems well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Great.
the conversation we had before. Things seem well. So good.
Oh, yeah, I'm so glad I didn't break things off now. Well, that they're not broken off now. She's gonna transfer here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I don't know how quick, but
Where does she go to
Yeah.
school now?
oh, she goes to a private school.
Mm.
And honestly, barely. Because a lot of it's like private tutors and stuff that because
Oh,
when you're
yes.
filming and everything, yeah.
Like hut schooling.
Maybe. Oh.
Yeah, I was hut schooled.
Oh. Cool. I did that for a bit.
Mm. Yes, the regime was quite rigorous. But well, anyway, it was
And he kind
wonderful.
of glances at the clock. He's like, I gotta
Yeah,
go
yeah.
meet her.
Remember the music.
What?
Remember?
And he's like, is there music?
No. Music. Caldor.
Yeah, but what about it?
Being sure to play music together.
Oh,
For friendship.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. All right. So you guys show up at breakfast. Kels, of course, with your mom. So you guys probably see Kels and her mom eating.
Elsewhere at not the usual table.
Yes. And she's like, so, your friends. How did all that happen? I mean, I know you knew Gustav from camp.
Yeah, well, we were all kind of in like the same part of the line, and I guess we just got to talking. You know, for it's a staff, right? For the school.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, for the.
So I feel like we talked about Phineas before. So how is he now?
He is still weird. But it's fine.
Is it?
Yeah. He keeps saying that his grandma's gonna come and like, I don't know, take over the school or something, but all the professors are very sure she's in jail.
Right. So that you don't find that alarming at all, or that being close to a person with someone that wants vengeance on the school might be a problem, or
No, I don't think so. Like, he doesn't want vengeance on the school. He just likes popping out of the shadows at people. But, like, harmlessly.
right. And the little cult boy that you had a vision of before you came here?
He's fine. He doesn't talk much. He likes reading all the same books I like.
Well, that's good. Reading's good. He hasn't casted any blood magic or talked about it with you at all, or
No.
mentioned anything about it.
No. He doesn't talk much.
And you hang out with him even though he doesn't talk that much? Like, what's the friend situation there?
Well, I'm going to explain the first fight when someone destroyed a book, which Skels is very angry about still, and then how we all kind of got into a little bit of a fight. Which,
Yeah, speaking of Aspen,
yeah,
I get it. She's a Wisteria Everheart. But seems like she gets into quite a bit of trouble. Probably drags your group into it quite a bit.
it might be the other way around.
Doesn't
But
sound like that
sometimes
fight
she's
was dragged by you all. Seems like she started it.
she gets a little fired up sometimes, but her heart's in the right place.
Just want to remind
Her
you
Everheart, if you will.
that we are the company we keep, right? You know, influence is a real thing. Just don't want you to, sabotage yourself with taking in all these strays. It's nice to be the nice person and, take pity on certain people and want to be their friend when they don't have other friends. But you don't have to. That's not your responsibility. You have other responsibilities like getting good grades and staying out of trouble and not getting killed by blood cultists. So I think that is your main goal here, is to get a good education so that you can get into a good college and do extracurriculars that don't include blood magic or going into the Forbidden Forest.
They take kids who are on delinquent duty into the Forbidden Forest. Did you know? It's
They
new,
brought
apparently.
that back?
Oh, it used to be a thing?
Oh, yeah. And they stopped it after an incident. But,
After a what?
yeah, stay out of the Forbidden Forest. People die. I'm not kidding. Including students have died in the
Yeah.
Forbidden Forest.
It seems likely from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you lose your broom.
So,
My broom.
Here's the thing. The broom came back? It was
What do
in
you
my
mean
room.
came back?
I found it in, like, last week, probably, is the timing of this. It showed up in my room. I left it in a spider web, and it came back in my room.
It came back on its own.
I presume a professor got it. Maybe Professor Levi? I didn't actually ask him about it.
And you're not saying this because you went into the Forbidden Forest again to go get
I
the
did
broom.
not go into the Forbidden Forest again, Mom.
All right, just making sure.
There
Well,
were a
good, we
lot
don't
of
have to buy
spiders
another
there.
broom. At least
Yeah,
there's
that's nice.
that. Well, don't be afraid to make new friends, is all I'm saying. You don't have to hang out with the same friend group. You know, maybe Brith or Joel would be good.
I'll take that into consideration with what other people are saying who I should be friends with.
I hear the tone.
Mm.
I'm just
So at any
saying,
rate,
your
so
friends
someone-
now have gotten you almost killed twice.
That's hardly anything.
That is not hardly anything. It has not even been one semester.
It does seem a little fast on the timeline, if you think about it. So, like, someone could definitely get into my room. Is there, like, a way I could... Do you know any, like, better locks than what they've taught us so far?
Yes.
Can you, like, show me? I don't know how soon you have to leave.
I got some time. We can, or at least I can maybe reinforce the door in a way that you can only open.
Cool.
I mean, in case of emergencies, I can't make it, completely foolproof because what if a professor needs to get in there? But yeah, we can certainly do that before I leave.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Phineas, Gustav, Aspen, what are you guys doing? You do see Silent and Iris come in and go sit. And some of the popular kids are also sitting at the same table.
Well, Phineas is too busy being othered and oppressed by Kels's mom. So that's fine. Calder's with us, yes?
Maybe? I mean, he usually waits for Kels to come get him.
Where's Calder?
So he might be chilling in his room.
Oh.
I didn't see him in my house.
Well, he wouldn't. Would he be in your house?
I don't see why he would be. Would he be in your house?
I don't see why he would be. Are you all right, Gustav?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. It was have you ever had somebody threaten to disembowel you and pour eels into your guts so that they die as you die, arriving together?
Yes.
How do you take that? Is it like?
Well, it depends. Are the eels hot or cold?
I guess they're eel temperature.
So cold, clammy.
Well, electric eels probably get quite warm when they spark.
They don't actually.
Huh.
But anyway, no. That's the sort of thing. That's why I wasn't allowed to have friends as a child. We would, form friendships and start having fun, and then Granny would come in and say, "No horseplay."
That sounds tough.
Yeah, and then she would turn him into a horse.
I was just gonna ask if you were actually playing with horses.
Well, not originally.
You answered.
Then after the curse, yes.
That
Is-
makes sense.
Is that why horses can speak? Like Mr. Sparkles?
Oh, it might be. Anyway, I'm afraid I'm no good at art. And apparently one of our classes we have to do some sort of collage or something, which I'm not quite sure what that is. And then he will pull out a few little pieces of paper and a lovely large container of glue and start. Does this glue spell, I don't know, evocative for some reason?
I shall sniff Phidias's glue.
Yes.
Uh,
There's something
Flash
familiar.
over to Kel's and Kel's mom, and she's just watching that table.
It's
They're literally sniffing glue, Kel's.
It's water-based. You don't make that kind of glue out of Pegasus hooves. Aspen, you're good with smells. Does this smell familiar to you for some reason?
Does it smell familiar?
Give me a brains roll.
Oh, God. Three.
Okay, well, I'll give you +4 because of your strengths, but yeah, you're just like, it smells like glue.
Mm-hmm. Oh well. Never mind.
Just tastes like glue.
Mm.
S-
You're not really used to smelling glue.
Oh well.
Eating it maybe. Kel's, give me a brains roll. Well, give me a grit roll and then a brains roll.
Grit roll is 5.
Okay, give me a brains roll.
Brains roll is 9.
Okay. Really weird while the group is talking about something, even though you can't hear it. You start to have a vision.
Carrion crows feeding on the desiccated corpse of a beheaded Pegasus. It's fine.
There you go.
Cool. This time it's an astronaut surrounded by eels.
Hmm.
Kels will look at it and sigh and be like, really cool how I'm being psychoanalyzed by my visions.
Like, it's okay, honey. It'll pass. You just gotta find the right guy. You're just infatuated. He's famous. Get it?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. What was that?
What?
What? Oh,
Maybe Joel.
maybe if I eat enough bananas, it'll just be banana-based visions again. Did I show you the banana visions? Look, I found that it's weird if I eat bananas and I'll pull out the thing and it's just like the 85,000 banana visions.
That is definitely weird. What's the deal with the one with the bone?
We think that might be from Rudy, cause he,
Oh yeah, stay away from him too.
yeah, I mean,
Poor
he's
kid.
in a lot of our classes, but the professors watch out for him as best they can. But,
Just take your vision book and start going through it.
Mom, no, tries to pull it back.
Give me a fight roll.
Okay. I'm sorry, fight or flight?
Fight.
Fight. Love fighting.
Chopper in the throat.
Only a 5.
Aspen, do you want to help send psychic visions to Kel's on how to fight?
Aspen.
He has a strong grip on it, and if you don't let go, it's gonna tear.
Yeah, I'll let go.
Okay. He gives you a kind of look of like, starts to go through it.
Yeah, that's fine.
What is this one? And she points at the one with the like kind of necrotic looking arm.
I don't know what that one is, actually. We've been wondering about that. We were joking that it was like Michael Jackson because he only has one arm and you'd have to wear a glove or something if you wanted to cover it up, but
Right. And okay, some of these seem to be forest related.
yeah, well,
Hmm.
that one was I was in the forest. And some of them happened before the forest.
What's this one with the like reptile cat looking one?
Not sure. We think it might be representative of teachers, but we don't know which ones.
Just seems like they're in a
In a forest.
environment with a lot of foliage and, you know.
Well, that's because
leaves and
teachers are
stuff.
allowed to go into the Forbidden Forest.
Mm-hmm. Not that you would encounter them in there.
No, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the little Draco's cute.
Oh yeah, that's when Silence Drago got lost and we had to try to find it.
Okay. And then the one with the eye.
Oh yeah. That's been resolved.
Oh, okay. All right. And the shark fin is probably a warning because of the dangerous decisions you keep making.
It's probably also a teacher.
What is with the animal teacher thing? Why is that a...
I don't know.
Okay. And who is this? The one with Tim? It's like...
Oh. I think it's a classmate, but older.
Which classmate?
Tim.
Oh, the ghost kid.
Yeah, I hadn't shown him yet because, like, I don't know what you do with this.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would stay away from him as well, given recent events.
Mm-hmm. He's my partner in Transfiguration, though.
Oh, good. Professor Victus is your transfiguration teacher, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't talk to him about anything, Mom.
I mean, I'll talk to who I want to, but anyways, okay. Just checking. All right, Gustav, Aspen, Phineas. How's it going over there with the little collage project?
I'm sure it's fine.
Totally not
We're
trying
probably
to eat the
talking.
blue.
Right. Why does it have sparkles in it? It's so strange. We're probably because of the psychic bond between us talking about Kels's visions. The other day, Izzy taught me another word. I think it helped me understand one of Kel's visions.
Was it recalcitrant?
Oh no, but that's a wonderful word.
Thank you. I learnt it as a spelling bee.
Oh, excellent.
Was it hippopotamus?
Oh wait, no, we're not just guessing random words. I mean, we can if you'd like. No, the vision of the cat creature. Did I share this already? I don't know. Never mind then.
What was the word though?
Cougar.
Oh, cougar. Is that like a mountain lion? Or are they different?
I would have thought so, but it's a very, very different meaning. I think Kels was feeling homesick and had a vision of her mother. You know, the one that's like a cat, but it's also like the crocodile skin, and her mom has that, that thing with her décolletage.
I have not looked at Kels's mum's décolletage, and I don't know what that word means.
But we don't know for sure. But I think it'll be confirmed if Kels has a vision of a woman in an asymmetrical bob asking to speak to the manager. Then we will know for certain she is dreaming of her mother.
I think I know what you're. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Oh, good.
Maybe.
I'm glad someone does. Well, the dance was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Coda's quite nice. I think we should learn Braille so that we can surreptitiously pass messages.
Do you think there's a spell to write Braille?
Probably.
Like it's raised bumps, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you could just run a wand as quickly as writing normally, then that'd be really useful.
You could probably use a complex transfiguration to do it. I mean, the individual dots would be relatively easy, but probably it's very complex because you need to do a bunch of them in sequence at speed. But there has to be lots of different opportunities.
You'd probably ask the transfiguration teacher for help.
But then it would have to be. Then it wouldn't be a secret.
And you do see Coda sitting with his brother over with a bunch of other third years.
I'm not waving because it wouldn't do any good.
Right.
Anyway, I greatly appreciate his brother's protectiveness and don't want to get in between them, but I do have the feeling that Coda might appreciate having friends other than his brother. So we should try.
I'm down to try.
Very well. I mean, everyone we try to befriend winds up cursed or possessed or something else, so who knows? But you can't stop trying, can you?
You start to fail when you stop trying.
If at first you fail because the person you're trying to be friends with is really grumpy and doesn't like people much and doesn't like you in particular, and also gets possessed and gets you in trouble, try again.
Exactly.
All right, that should be our new motto. I also kind of can't wait for all these other people to leave. It makes me uncomfortable. Oh, Lily is coming to stay here.
I think her name's Wisteria Everhart, and Aspen already stays here.
No, you the other one. Something flower.
Iris.
Iris, yes, I knew it was a flower. Iris is going to transfer here. Isn't that nice?
Daddy.
I'm sure Silent will be happy.
Exactly, that's what's important. So she apparently is hut schooled too.
Oh, so you'll have something in common with her.
Somehow I doubt it, but maybe.
My parents wanted to homeschool me, but then my other parent disagreed, and there was a lot of arguing, and I just stayed in school for the rest of the year while they still argued about that.
Do you miss your parents, Gustav?
Yes. I mean, it's kind of a relief not having to move houses every weekend.
Oh, you should just live in a moving house.
Do you have a moving house?
Oh, Granny does.
I kind of want to visit now, but I don't really want to meet your granny. She sounds a bit scary.
Well, don't worry. She's securely locked away. I'm sure the house is roaming around somewhere.
Maybe it's in the forest.
It could be. I would like to go back.
Maybe it's what we heard that other day when we were in there.
It could have been the house coming to get me. Possible.
Maybe one of Kels's visions is a euphemism for the house.
No.
Obviously not the cougar. We've already established what that one is.
Yes, it's definitely her mother.
Agreed.
Oh my, I don't know. No, somehow I don't think the house is out there. It's probably around somewhere else. But anyway, as dangerous as it is, I do like it there.
It was scary, but it was a little bit fun that time.
Well, it's all very well until someone casts a spell on you for no reason. Aspen.
I did magic. It was great.
Matter of perspective. Agree to disagree. Well, we're at odds and ends, aren't we?
Actually, Aspen, do you mind if I talk to you alone for a moment?
Sure.
I shall take Aspen off to the corner of the hall where, far enough away that Phineas has to talk to 2K.
2K's not there.
Just not there. Phineas will sit by himself and finish his papier-mâché, black papier-mâché Pegasus with a head that detaches.
Aspen, we've got a problem.
I swear I didn't do it this time.
Well, the thing is, Sammy thinks you did do it. Sammy thinks that Sammy does not have a very high opinion of you or Kels or me, apparently. And he says that we've got to finish the mission by the end of today.
I see. Do you want me to rough him up a bit?
He's the second year. I think he could. Well, you're probably stronger than him, but I think that he's got lots of friends. He's had a long time to make friends.
Fair point.
But we need to separate Kels from her mother so that she can come and help us, and then we need to get in there and do the mission. Maybe at lunchtime, as quick as possible.
Yeah. I can distract her mother and then you can grab Kels and run off and then be like, oh, I just forgot that I gotta go do something. Bye, and run away. And then it's like, oh, I guess Kels went to the bathroom and then good time.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
Let's go see what Phidias's collage is looking like.
Yes, sounds like a good idea.
As I look at the collage, I see shadows in the corners of my eyes, and I turn to look, and the head falls off.
I'm so cold.
Phineas isn't at all sus about them just, Aspen, let me talk to you something in private, and then
Nope.
coming back.
Not really. I think this turned out quite well. I shall give it to Mr. Mang. As a
I'm
memento.
sure he'd like that.
Maury. Anyway.
Kels, you get up to go to your room with your mom to go work on the door.
Mm-hmm.
So Gustav, Aspen, you see them leaving.
We follow with all the discretion that a 14-year-old has.
Yes.
Okay, give me flight rolls.
Although I want to make it clear that as she is a cougar, she is used to people following her.
She can probably see in the dark.
That would be an 8, I believe.
Aspen.
2.
Okay, yeah, you guys are very obvious, and your mom got. Why are your friends following us?
Because I didn't have breakfast with them. Hey guys, how's it going? Kel says, walking backwards.
Hey, Kels.
Gustav, Aspen, good to see you again.
Oh, hey, Kels and Kels' mom.
Probably
Totally
Miss
to
Michaels.
see you here.
Hi, Mrs. Michaels. Kels. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, Gustav. I was gonna go hang out with my mom before she goes. So
The school day or?
No, it's Sunday. She has school on Monday, just like you guys do.
Oh, Kels, I wanted to work on our group project together.
There'll be plenty of time for that after lunch.
Yeah, we can do it after lunch, right? Because Mom's gonna show me how to lock my room better because of the incident with the broom that came in.
Sure. Why don't we have lunch together, and you can say goodbye to your mum, and then come do homework with us.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, I'll see you at lunch then.
Okay, bye.
Have a safe trip back, Mrs. Michaels.
Thanks. She will continue walking with you to your room. Phineas, what are you doing? You just got abandoned by Gustav and Aspen.
Twice.
I'm not entirely sure he notices. It probably takes a moment. I keep forgetting though. The player keeps forgetting. What are the rules once you have your license around flying?
Oh, you just get a strength. Like you get a plus
No,
two.
I mean like the in-game rules about like when are we allowed to?
Like you can't do it during hours of darkness. There's designated areas where you can fly. Like no flying through the hallways or anything crazy or highly populated areas.
I think he will probably go, well, everyone's probably having fun. Probably, it was a big night last night. There's probably some unresolved something with Kels and Gustav, and Aspen is probably off with her new beau. So I think he will grab his broom and go to the least populated flying safe zone.
Okay.
And then just sit on it and then straight up and then just kind of sit there in the air and look and enjoy and see if he can't pick out where hopefully Professor Levi has put the ring of cold iron nails.
All right, Gustav, Aspen, what are you doing now that Kels is busy?
I guess we are wondering whether or not 2K will ever have breakfast. Just forlornly. Aspen, did you have anything you wanted to do?
Probably just wandered the halls.
Professor Ames runs into you, Gustav. Oh, Gustav, I was actually meaning to speak with you.
Hi, Professor. Sure.
Good. He will pull you aside. Wanted to check in. Everything's all right, right?
I think so. I mean, well, no, it's terrible. I spoke to you about Mac before and all that bullying and stuff, and
Right.
that's a very hard problem to crack. But nothing has happened immediately recently. I think the fire at the ball last night distracted everyone.
Oh, well, it wasn't a fire. It was just some couple smoke bombs, apparently. But I just want to talk to you a bit and just keep in mind. I know it's hard now, but have you ever heard about how heroes and villains are often come from the same place, right? Similar origin stories. You know, the villain usually has a big scar on their face. The hero is usually orphaned or some other background that's tragic. Both come from dark places, right?
Right.
The difference between them is how they respond to that pain and that darkness.
Right. It's like how Lara Croft, when she's an adventurer archaeologist, she goes into pyramids and stuff and finds artifacts, but the bad guys are always also humans. Like there might be a mummy or two about, but the main bad guys are always also humans, right? And they're also looting pyramids, but they're doing it evilly.
Right. Well, I'm not really familiar with that story, but take a real world example. Professor Levi, Rodney. Both were in similar situations. One chose to get involved with the wrong people, and in a reaction to their pain, decided they never wanted to feel it again and would do anything to stop that from happening, so gaining more power. And the other wanted to make sure other people didn't feel that pain. See what I'm saying?
Gain more power.
Sure, but in the right way.
Was Professor Levi told me that when he was at school, he was one of your mentees and you were his mentor?
Yes.
Was Rodney also one of your students?
For a little bit. But we had disagreements in who he was getting involved with and how he wanted shortcuts. He wanted easy answers. And he wanted less defensive spells, more revenge, pain-inducing spells. He was more considered with revenge than protection.
It must have been hard when his ghost came back. For you, I mean.
I think it was... Yeah.
So you're saying that defensive spells are better than offensive spells? That they're both useful, but one shows moral character. Or both show moral character, but one's a good moral character.
Right. Sometimes it's about the way you use the spells, but there's the motive and intent also matters. My point is more, don't take shortcuts and be careful of who you get involved with.
Yes, Professor. I'll take that on board.
Okay. Just wanted to check in. All right. Kels. Your mom helps you do your door. So she'll teach you a little bit of how to do it yourself, but it's not going to be perfect when you do it. So she'll probably also do it for you.
Yeah.
Of putting a pretty good bell on the door so that only you can get into it. But if need be, someone with really great magical skill could get in if they needed to.
And I'm probably doing the thing where I'm like, oh, can you tell me more about the theory behind this and so on, and taking notes. And I'm sure she loves being like, oh, I'll teach you. Yeah.
Yep. And keep you away from your hood rat
Yeah,
friends.
from my great friends. I'm also, when we're done, I'm gonna casually bring up Rowan, who's in 2 of the classes, and I'm like, he's kind of weird. Like,
What way?
and I describe his behavior
Ah,
and how
yes. With people like that, you just have to shut them down firmly and make it clear, or they're just gonna keep at it.
Right.
He's not worth your time.
Well, it's a good thing.
Really,
he's not
no
my...
one is. I mean, you should be focused on your studies, but
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing. Well,
I get it. It's high school.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he's not my like transfiguration partner or anything, because he's in that class too.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, he's also not in your house, right?
No, he's not. Thank goodness.
Who else is in your transfiguration class? Jude.
Oh, you know. I'll list off all of Phineas, Gustav, Aspen,
Oh my god, you have every
Brigham.
class with these people?
I do. They're all, it's such a lucky coincidence that I'm in a class with all of my friends all the time. And those are all the names that I'll give her. Oh, and 2K.
Right.
Yeah.
So go, okay. 2K's not in your transfiguration class.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's partnered with Coda in a different class.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious. No reason.
Mm-hmm.
As a day,
Riff.
as it starts to get later, she's like, oh, so I have gonna say some goodbyes to some of my former classmates and everything, and anything else you want to do or tell me before I leave?
Well, it was a surprise to see you, but I really appreciate that you came to visit at school.
Of course. Well, I mean, the recent events, I felt I definitely needed to check in and get a actual assessment of what was going on here at the school. It's definitely changed a bit since I've been here. Okay, well, I'll walk you out. And she'll walk you out. You'll see 2K's door kind of crack open, and he kind of looks through and just watches you guys leave.
That's when Kels is like, oh no, I forgot to get 2K for breakfast. I wonder if he's ate yet today.
All right, Gustav Aspen. Phineas.
Is there anything interesting happening that I see?
You see Iuna sitting by that big tree doing something with some potions. You see. Who else is out there? You see mackets of people practicing some caper stuff.
Yeah.
You might see Tim just outside reading somewhere alone.
I will wave, but he can't see me.
I was saying with Coda's probably sitting while Manny is practicing as well, or playing just a friendly quick match.
I will not wave, but I will think about it.
You see Emmy kind of sneaking off to the restricted forest. Restricted woods, whatever it is.
It feels like the wind is blowing me in a certain direction. Just drifty. Oh, Poe, would you like to fly around, stretch your wings a bit? I know you would. There's all sorts of things you'd like to do, but you can't. So, why don't you go see what's going on over there?
He follows Emmy and sees when she gets a little bit in, not too deep, but she is definitely just practicing and tagging different trees with like graffiti type marks. And her little familiar as well, who seems to like spit on its finger and has paint. Little bit of a rascal, paints some not so safe for work stuff.
Boring.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
It was strange.
It's not always end of the world.
It's strange. It's artistic, not to be unexpected. No trolls. No werewolves. No shark people. I think Phineas is just enjoying the fact that no matter how much sun he gets, he stays deathly pale.
All right. Gustav, Aspen. Seems like lunchtime.
Aspen,
Yep.
Professor Ames talked to me. I think he knows.
Knows about what?
About us and Professor Levi.
Oh. Interesting.
I thought for a while there that he might be evil. But he seems very interested in my moral fiber for somebody who is really, really evil. So perhaps he isn't evil. But that just means that that just means that Professor Levi will know we're coming, right?
Not unless Professor Ames told him.
Professor Levi and Professor Ames are really close. Professor Ames was Professor Levi's mentor when he was at school.
Oh.
We have to warn Kels. If she tries to do something by herself, if she's like a desperado, then she could get caught.
Yeah. And she'd probably lose house points, which would be terrible.
Right.
Yeah. Also, her mother was leaving today, so I mean, technically she could get off scot-free, like, oh, she's just rebelling because her mother is going away and trying to get attention because, you know, that's stuff that happens, you know?
Are you saying that next time we try to do something, we ought to invite our parents as an excuse?
Yes. Although don't invite mine.
I bet if I tell my mum that my dad was coming, she'd turn up faster just to win.
I love that.
Anyway, I'm not sure we should do the raid if Professor Levi knows we're coming. Or
Yeah.
we could even try to be good for the sake of being good. Maybe not. But that means that I'm in trouble with Sammy.
That's not good if you're in trouble with, big guy, the second year. Maybe we could get some fourth years to team up with us to be like, hey, stop that. Because I know at least one fourth year.
Could you talk to them for me? Like by the end of the day, because that's when I'm into trouble with Sammy.
Yeah. I can try.
Oh, thank you, Aspen. You're such a good friend. I don't know what I would do without you.
Probably have more house points.
You are worth every house point you have ever lost.
Cool. Thank you.
And I will happily go and eat lunch with 2K now that he's around.
He's not.
I shall eat lunch by myself, carefree and happy.
Do I have a view of people going into lunch?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
people that go in and out. I will say you see Kel's mom leaving as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking to Professor Victus, walking out with him.
Oh, it's like a dark cloud has lifted. If I don't see Calder, I will fly over and tappy tap.
He'll walk over to the window, open it.
Calder, what are you doing in here?
Reading.
I've just been floating. Are you hungry? Well, we should go to lunch, don't you think? Do you want to ride? Or do you want to meet downstairs? I don't know what the rules say about giving people rides.
I'll go downstairs.
Okay, I'll see you down there. I will forget to go off the broom, so I'm just kind of floating.
If my mom had left and it was lunchtime, I think I would immediately turn around and be like, oh no, 2K, lunch.
You'll run into him as he's
Yeah.
walking to lunch, yeah.
Yeah, you arrive just in time to see that I've taken care of your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yet another proof of moral superiority.
Lording over people about that is also morally superior.
Well, he doesn't know, does he? It's just his inherent goodness.
And Aspen just be like standing idly by the doors of the hall, food hall area, waiting for her sister, and then one scene would like not so much actually jump on her, but like attempt to grab her arm.
Attack.
And she's like, yeah? What's up? How's the dance?
It was okay.
You didn't
it
date,
was-
right? You didn't take him back to your room. You didn't go to his room, did you?
No, he went to his room first because there was some chaos and whatnot. So
Oh, yeah, I heard someone set off some smoke bombs or something. Pretty
Yeah.
mild.
yeah, my friend and I, Kel's, we cleaned up in the bathroom before going to our separate houses, and yeah, we were pretty good and innocent that night. it was surprising. Kind of nice. Anyways, so I have a friend who is being
Were you having this conversation in the lunchroom?
yeah.
Okay.
I have a friend who is being picked on, threatened, I don't know, by a second year. So I was wondering if like, you know, you and the other fourth years could like help team up, be like that.
Who's threatening your friend?
Uh
Which friend is this? This isn't the little cult kid, is it?
no, it's Gustav.
Oh.
Uh the one threatening, I think, was named Samantha. That sounds right.
Okay, can you show them to me?
Not really.
Samantha what?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen them.
Okay, how do you expect me to help if you don't even know who the person is?
That's a fair point. You know what? Just look out for a Samantha. Like if you see anyone that looks suspicious and is like not being good to like the little people, then you know who the Samantha is. And then she'll just like walk away.
Okay, good talk. So you report
Nice.
back to Gustav how it went?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Aspen.
Hi. So I talked with my sister.
Oh,
So
and she'll do it. She'll deal with Sammy.
oh, it was Sammy. I thought it was Samantha. Oh. No, it's same difference, same difference. Yeah, I talked with her, and I think she'd be on board with getting other fourth years to help, and whatnot. So I told her to look out for Sammy, and yeah, you're covered. I think.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
Kells, you arrive with Calder. Phineas probably not far behind.
Oh, I was there with Kaldar.
Oh, you went around to walk.
I went
with him
around
down.
to walk him up,
Gotcha,
and so
gotcha.
Kels has the choice to come and join if she would like.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, we didn't get to do the group dance, you know, but I have to say it was great fun. And Coda's nice, don't you
Calder's
think?
like, we did it.
Well, we did do the group dance, but we didn't do all of the synchronized things. That shuffle dance is good though. So, as per usual, we prepared a lot and then didn't actually need any of that. But it was still fun. We should have more dances. I find them quite liberating.
Do you feel more comfortable with dances now that you've been
Hi,
to one?
Gustav.
Oh, hi, Phineas.
Hi,
Yes.
Kels. Hi, 2K.
Yes, your mother is. Anyway, so yes, we were just talking about what fun we had at the dance.
So anyway, I learned this neat lock spell actually. My mom showed me it because of the time that my broom was put in. Did I tell you guys about my
Yes.
broom showing up again? Okay, good. It would make sense because I probably used it in class. And also was like, what is this? Any rate, so like to help prevent that, I learned this lock spell. I took some notes because I couldn't quite do it right.
Just so you want to prevent some benevolent entity from helping you by returning lost items to your room?
Well, here's the thing. I've lost other things besides my broom out in the woods, and those were taken by other students, probably. And while it's probably not in my room, it could be in my room. And Gustav was just telling us about, like, people bothering him in his room. So, you know.
People are bothering you in
And
your
Aspen.
room? Aspen,
And
people are
Aspen.
they're bothering you in your room?
Well,
There's got to be a rule against that.
there are a lot of rules in this school.
Well, do you know who's doing it?
Nothing you can prove.
If the broom was in the forest, then maybe it's Professor Stillwell's ghost.
Or it's
Wait.
Professor Stillwell anyway, because he's like an animal, actually.
But why would he help you after trying to kill you?
Well,
Well, it's got to be evil, otherwise Kells wouldn't need a lock spell.
Let us see. So I think you have the order of operations reversed, Gustav. You're very, very close to the essence of my question, but just approaching it from the completely opposite direction. It's more that the return of your broom was an inherently kind thing, don't you think? Why keep out someone who wants to be kind to you?
well, maybe it's because I don't know who it is. Maybe the broom was cursed the whole time. I don't know yet.
Oh, yes.
But I thought about that, but I did want to use it for class because the practice brooms really suck. So, I mean, it seemed fine so far.
Yes, that's right.
Give me a
You're-
brains roll, Kels.
15.
All right, you would ask your mom to check it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. And I had my mom check it.
Well, then,
So it's fine.
then it was a wonderful thing. Well, look. I know sometimes when we feel uncomfortable in a situation, we respond to that situation by, I don't know, cutting off those that are trying to help us and be our friends. But it seems unnecessary in this case. Look, if you're going to have
Well-
some sort of magical beneficiary that can go in and out of the Forbidden Forest safely and retrieve things, that's an advantage. I mean, there's all sorts of magical entities that could be interested in you that wouldn't be so kind.
I'm sure if they're able to go in and out of the Forbidden Forest and get the broom, that they can probably undo the lock. Like it can't stop the professors.
Oh, I see. Sort of. I don't know. No, it's very interesting. I'm glad that you have learned this skill.
I took notes.
Oh,
Here they are.
I see. All right.
Spread them out. There's a copy for everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I will practice this. I don't have anything to lock up, though. And no
Well,
one
as you
comes
can
in my
see
room.
here on the diagram, you merely need to point it at the door itself or any other items that have lids or other locking mechanisms. She'll start explaining the theory.
And how it also relates to the similar thing of opening same spells as you kind of have to reverse engineer. It's very similar.
How dare you?
That's how one would undo it, which is why at this level of complexity, it is much harder for earlier years to deal with this kind
It's
of
kind of like a combination almost. Like you're also choosing the order of things the way you're kind of casting it, because to reverse engineer it, someone would also need to do that. Unless they had a master key.
I feel like something's missing.
Potatoes.
Silent?
Oh no, Silent is, I assume, still with.
Iris.
Oh yes, who's coming to stay here with us? Going to school here?
there's a spit take at this point from Kels.
I didn't know you were so excited.
She's staying here. That's great.
Not immediately, but she's going to transfer at some point.
Mm.
I'm
Give
sure
me a crit
that's
roll.
They're going to use the locking spell on their lips.
I got a 1.
Great. You hear that, do the spit take, and then like, great, she's staying here, and then just start going into vision. Give me a brains roll.
Oh, only a 5.
Okay. Let me do. You guys just see her start going into a nice little vision episode.
oh, wonderful. Perhaps we'll all be invited to the wedding.
Great.
I was, for no reason in particular, I was a bit concerned, but it seems that they're quite happy.
This time the astronaut is in space, but it's inside of like a bag. Like a goldfish bag,
Trying to get out.
trying to get out.
Can't wait to spend more time with Iris. Really get to know her. Find her weak spots.
I didn't really take to her myself, but I think it's because I have a hard time respecting her acting chops.
She was a little dismissive of me.
Mm.
And I'm not sure she was very nice to anyone else.
Well, and sort of wooden in her delivery.
Oh, we already knew that.
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting to meet, I thought that acting was you pretended to be a different person. Then we saw several of her movies, and I was like, are these connected? Because I know she was in that one that was a bunch of series that was a massive waste of our time. And then it was in another movie, and she was exactly the same person. With all the like hair and the weird pauses and the expression. Then we met her, and she's exactly the same. So you can be paid to simply be yourself when you're playing different characters. Who knew?
Well, my mum says it's very important to be yourself.
I was going to say it's good advice, but it's not. It's inevitable, isn't it? There's not really an alternative.
Well, some people pretend to be someone they're not.
Yeah, but that's a lie. It's not true. They're not being someone else. They just are themselves.
I think I was talking to Professor Rainbow earlier, and he was talking about your action showing your character. I think he thinks that your choices are deliberate and they show what kind of a person you are.
That's what a choice means.
It'd be cool if I could deliberately choose not to keep doing this, Kel says, stuffing the drawing into her folder.
You are a very good artist.
Still not me. It's still whatever this magic is.
Is it magic?
Yes? Curses are a type of magic.
But even if it's not you, surely you could, once you're older, you could open an art gallery and display your visions, and they're still really good. People would come and visit.
Well, that feels like taking credit for work I didn't really do.
You can
Wonder
develop,
if you can take commissions.
or you can develop your oracular capabilities so that you can get a vision of the people who are going to come into your gallery. Then you can draw pictures of them buying the picture of themselves. And then when they come in and say, oh, I don't really want anything, it's like, actually, prophecy decrees that you must buy this. Please give me gold.
That seems like a scam.
Yes.
Well, if you're doing all the work, but if you're spending the time, then you have done the work. So it's not really a scam because they're getting good stats.
If I had the power to make sure my visions made a picture of someone buying the same picture, I would probably use it for something more helpful than earning me money.
Well, that would be a choice, and that would reflect your strong moral character.
You mean like becoming a tattoo artist?
No.
Could be. One of my aunties had tattoos. No, I've lost it.
Like
I don't
solving
Oh no,
crime or something.
I've got it again. Kels. So, yes. So we know that certain things can be suppressed with potions. Yes, we know that your particular power can be enhanced by potions. I wonder if it could be suppressed.
It could, but then if you stop taking the potion, it's worse afterwards.
Oh.
So it's probably better to try to get a handle on it
Oh, I
before
see.
resorting to that. It's not too disruptive.
So, if you were to feed somebody these potions, like when they're really young, like a baby, for ages and ages, and then stop when they go to school, would they start getting a lot of potion? Would they start getting lots of visions all at once?
Probably, but I assume there's no effect if the person couldn't do visions to begin with.
But you've had visions all your life, right, Kels?
No, not until like 5th grade. 4th grade. Wait, how old's 10?
I think that's
Bad math.
5th, 6th grade.
Yeah, 5th grade, yeah.
I thought you were suggesting that Kel's mother fed her some sort of vision suppressing potion in her mashed bananas when she was growing up, and then stopped suddenly. That would explain many things, but it seems unlikely.
Would that even be unethical? Because parents make kid choices for their kids all the time, don't they? That's basically what being a parent is.
It's probably unethical, a little bit.
Well, my counselor says that blindly trusting the adults into whose care you are entrusted is maybe not the best thing to do. Just because someone is your parent or parent surrogate doesn't mean that they're not a creature, a person with their own foibles. And we have to acknowledge that other people are complete and entire monsters unto themselves, and not define ourselves against them.
The thing is, it's not just the adults who are like that. The other kids in this school are also
Monsters, yes.
So what we should do is burn the school down, get rid of all the monsters, and then boom, all our problems are solved.
Aspen, you are this close to being expelled. I would not say the words, let's burn the school down.
2K looks concerned.
I think she's joking, maybe. I don't know. Well, it would solve the problem of having to worry about being expelled. So it's not that your logic isn't sound, Aspen. But I think it seems like a very, very large solution to a very small and hopefully temporary problem.
I know you've been on delinquent duty for a while, but you have been seeing the counselor, right, Aspen?
Speaking of which, Aspen, after lunch you do have delinquent detail. It's just cleaning up after the dance.
We can help you if you'd like. Calder. You're not doing anything, are you? Want to help clean? It can be fun. You don't have to. You can come and watch or do whatever you want, but I thought it'd be something fun to do. I have literally nothing going on.
Crazy, the group that's constantly plotting just doesn't know what to do now.
No, we know what to do. We're going to go clean.
I have some studying to do.
And also, hold on. Above the table, SJ threatened to assassinate the Dreco if we spent this session doing nothing but planning. We are doing this to protect
I said
the
I was
precious little
kidding.
Dreco. Yes, and you said it with that look on your face, so we don't trust you.
And
Yes.
you
Well,
said
yeah.
you
I mean, you're not
would
planning, but you're also not doing it.
It's check to see how many major banes there are. I'm not going to hurt the Draco. I know you're just joking, but anyway. So
There's fruit everywhere in this school. The Draco is never safe.
right.
Then
Oh.
it switched to the poor little fire mouse.
Yes, that's true. It's like right. I won't kill the Draco, but I will kill the fire mouse. Where's Mojo? That's what I was missing. He's usually looking around, staring daggers at us.
I haven't seen him today.
Is he on your detail, Aspen?
I think usually he is. I don't know if he'll be on today's, but
Well, we'll find out when we go and clean. And we promise not to make fun of you if you want to sneak off around the corner and smooch your boyfriend.
Kels, do you mind if I have a word for a moment?
Yeah, let's go to the library. We have some homework to do.
Sure.
And we leave the group.
Kels, I think the plan is. I think Professor Ames knows what the plan is, so he can't do that.
How, was it that moral character speech he was giving you?
Yes, I think so. Or I think he actually wants me to have moral character, which is strange. But it's okay because I spoke to Aspen and she spoke to a fourth year of some kind, and apparently they're going to speak to Sammy, so I'm off the hook.
What, like her sister?
I don't think she said who it was. But Aspen's a Wisteria over the heart. She's got connections.
Kind of.
So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that it's okay if we don't risk going into Professor Levi's office. But I wanted to thank you anyway because you took a big risk for me, and also Sammy found out that I asked you, and he was pretty angry. But
Why was he angry that we talked about it?
oh, he said something about me doing this alone.
Oh. Yeah, I guess he would be kind of angry about it, wouldn't he? Well, listen. If you had bullies bothering you in the house, you should have brought it up at movie club. That's why we've made movie club, more or less. But hopefully it'll all smooth over and you won't have to worry about it, and you'll know how to lock your room better now.
Were you
All
guys
works
having this
out.
conversation?
In the library, in our room that we use. Yes, but I don't know how you managed to get the spell from your mother. Because if I asked my parents for a lock on my bedroom door, they would say no. But
Well, it's not like it would stop her from getting into the room. But no, I think she knows how this school is. Kind of. Like 20 years ago or whatever.
yes, she seemed to have very strong memories. She was talking to Professor Harding and Coach Harding and Professor Victus, and
Yeah, she's gonna. I mentioned that Tim was my transfiguration partner, so I think she's gonna try to get him moved because she doesn't want me hanging out with him either. Which, to be honest, I feel like Tim would probably not care about anyway.
I mean, Tim doesn't like us, but we owe Tim, and Tim is not a bad person. And I don't really like that your mum says that you can't be friends with him.
Yeah, that's not all she said I shouldn't be friends with, but I'm not going to pay attention to that. So at any rate, let's practice the lock spell anyway while it's fresh in my mind.
Absolutely. And of course, we spent a long time trying to lock each other's bags.
Give me a brains roll.
Is this for the magic stuff or?
Magic,
Yeah.
yeah.
5.
Wow, I'm not doing much better either. Oh wait, no, that's a 15. Never mind, I'm bad at reading. +4. Plus one more. 20.
Nice. So you're doing great. Gustav can't seem to open your bag when he tries to unlock it using what you learned, but you're able, like his, once he locks it, you got a 5 is what you said? Yeah, it's fine. All right. Once he locks it, you're able to just easily use the charm you learned in class to open it. But like if you tried to open it just with your hand, you wouldn't be able to open it. But it's super easy to just magically unlock.
You know, when I got accepted into a magic school, I kind of thought that I would be good at magic.
Well, if it makes you feel better, people who don't know magic at all, you're way ahead of them.
Thank you for helping me, Kels. I would still be bad even without your help, so it means a lot that you're spending time with me.
I mean, practice is practice. And it's not, to be fair, it's not like you're bad at magic, because you're really good at flying, especially with somebody else. And you've done pretty good in Professor Ames' class. He calls on you to demonstrate a lot.
I think Professor Ames just likes me. I mean, he talks a lot about moral fiber and character and stuff, but I think that's just favoritism.
Yeah, it better to be a professor's favorite than their least favorite.
I don't know how Aspen does it.
She's the least favorite of several professors. Of course, I got my own, which is fine. Maybe she just doesn't notice.
She isn't attention a lot, so it might just be part of the course.
Well,
Okay.
Less, yeah.
So Phineas, you decided to go to delinquent detail with and bring Calder and
who is supervising?
we'll say it's mm, we'll say Miss Professor Hart and Professor Hara.
Professor Hart.
Yes, Phineas.
I had a very wonderful time last night. Thank you very much for helping to put on the event.
Good.
And we were at odds and ends, Calder and I, and we thought we would help clean.
Oh, that's so nice. You know what? Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Hold on. Just start at one
Just
end and work.
Keep in mind, this is a bit of a punishment for certain students, so
Yes. We'll make a game of it.
just between yourselves, though, not the other
Oh,
students.
yes, I understand. Can't have them having any fun. But we can have some fun, can't we?
Yeah, of course.
All right, good. and Phineas will just happen to wander in the general direction of wherever the smoke bomb went off to see, and just in case there's a big smear of blood or any other. Not intentionally, it's just that's the direction he goes.
Oh, not intentionally. Okay.
Well, he doesn't. I don't think he knows any of that happened. I, the player, am putting him in the situation where he might.
Gotcha. Give me a brains roll.
He will see nothing. Probably. There we go.
Oh, you know what though?
6.
We brought a kid who knows a lot about blood.
That's true.
Where's his?
Right. Do we find Mo or Joe? Because he's now in 2 pieces.
Calder will, while you're cleaning, point at the ground, and you'll see just the tiniest bit of like blood speckles.
Oh,
Does it look like a Draco?
I recognize human blood. For reasons. Professor,
Yes.
was someone injured last night?
I don't think so. I know Kels fell.
No, she was fine. There's blood on the floor over here. Near this
dear,
mysterious scorch mark.
Well, here's hoping someone just got a bit of a bloody nose or some blistered feet. But, like... Oh, okay. Well... Good to know. No, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
She's just not sure what to do about it, because obviously it's past and...
Well, Professor, when we were speaking to the kind gentleman from... what is it called? You know. The ones who fight crime and evil.
The Lexors?
Yes, that one. When we were talking to that lovely Lexor gentleman, he was reasonably clear that we should remain on alert because, well, you know, the multiple near deaths that have happened and the werewolf. So, among other things, I'm sure. So we might want to consider the context and not err on the side of assuming that everything is okay, because when we do that, sometimes people almost die.
Katia, you should always be aware and on the lookout. Situational awareness is important. Can we just rewind it back a little bit to the werewolf bit?
Oh, there's certainly a werewolf around. It nearly ate us. Or, well, I don't know if it nearly ate us. It was very close.
Were you out on a full moon?
I think so. We were out by the stream practicing transmutation. It went horribly wrong. We knocked ourselves out, and then the werewolf was very close by. I'm not sure how I know all that.
See the werewolf?
No, we heard it. And someone...
Do you know what a werewolf sounds like?
Yes.
Okay, well, what happened?
We knocked ourselves out. And then we woke up and we heard the beast. And then we went to go get checked out and we talked to someone, and that person gave us a stern warning to make sure that we stay away from certain areas because of werewolf. Something about the need to gather dew that falls upon the grass at the height of the moon, and how that is a problem because of werewolf. There's a number of threads connecting to werewolf.
Calder will speak up, and Professor Levi, because he's been around you guys while you guys told the story. She's like, oh, okay.
Oh, was it? That does make sense.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to... Calder, was I supposed to keep that quiet?
I don't think so.
I will have to check with Professor Levi and make sure I haven't betrayed a confidence. He may also, to be fair, he may also have been exaggerating the threat to make a point.
Oh, it's certainly a real threat.
Well, it may have been. Oh, so there
I
is a
wouldn't
werewolf. Okay,
suggest
I
being
feel
out
much
during
better. All right.
During the full moon, there's reasons we have these things in place.
Ooh, werewolves. To protect the
Among
campus.
other things, yes.
So we have
Not
werewolves to protect
necessarily on the campus, but you never know that they're not always in one place. They move around, especially with the Forbidden Forest so close.
Yes, I do know about that place. Oh, do you know about the Forbidden Forest?
Enough.
Has anyone seen a hut walking around in it?
Not that I know of.
All right. Anyway, lost my train of thought. Oh no, blood on the floor. We should probably treat that as something we should do something about. Just to double check, don't you think?
The teachers, maybe.
No, I mean,
I wouldn't say you specifically.
No, I'm doing what I've been told to do. I'm just confirming.
You've already done your part, Phineas.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll clean it.
You can take 5 house points.
Oh, wasn't doing it for 5 house points.
I know.
Well, thank you anyway. Well, we'll go clean it up. Or do we need to leave it for evidence in case?
I'll just leave it for now. We can clean up in a different area.
All right, we'll put a chalk outline around it so that no one accidentally cleans it up.
I got it.
Okay. Thank you. Look, someone has to resolve the obvious fact that Mojo has been murdered. So.
Definitely a murder amount of blood.
Aspen would look around the room to see if Mojo was there.
Maybe Mojo's over in the corner. Oh, never mind.
But also trying to avoid Professor Hara.
Yeah, Mojo and Casey aren't there. They've definitely done some delinquent details with you, but they're not on, hey, you will be on delinquent detail for this long amount of time. Because providing pranks versus actually using them are 2 very different things.
Makes sense.
So are you guys doing anything?
Well, does
So
anything...
you've decided, Gustav, you've told Kels, hey, we don't have to worry about Sammy anymore. Aspen's
I
sisters
report
got
what
it.
Aspen said. I have
Aspen
complete
said
and utter
she
faith in
told her that Sammy, they're going to be on the lookout for Sammy, which is definitely what happened.
At some point, I'll be like, oh, like, it's weird that you told Aspen when he said not to tell anybody. I'll say at some point into our locking, unlocking thing. And then you sent Aspen to tell someone else?
But when there was no way I was going to be able to get through that lock without help. And I did actually consider asking Mateo for like an acid potion or something. But I just felt that asking you and Aspen for help, keeping it closer in, it would have less chance to spread to Sammy. I have absolutely no idea how he found out.
I mean, there are a lot of alcoves in this school.
I mean, it didn't help that I'd asked you literally on the middle of a dance floor with surrounded by people. But
I mean, yeah, you did do that. The music was loud, but also you also had to talk really loud.
I mean, once you and Aspen knew, and Sammy knew that you knew, we just had to deal with had we got played. I think mobs play cards. They do in all movies.
That is true. They do in movies.
Do you think we should have a gangster movie at the next movie club?
Oh, that'd be fun. I bet there's one.
One where people die for betraying the mom.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, specifically that one. The Fairy Godfather.
Magical Fargo.
Cool. So, Gustav, you've decided you're not doing the dossier on Aspen or breaking into Professor Levi's office.
Yes, I have committed to being a morally upright character because Professor Ames was persuasive.
Okay.
I mean,
And also, he knew stuff I was going to break in.
well, did
Well,
he
he didn't
know?
say it.
Or was he just worried about your moral character? Is it a worse moral character not to do what the mob says? I mean, probably not, because you're breaking and entering.
I feel like he's very much a consequentialist, Professor Ames. Like, the outcome matters. So, the action of breaking in could be good or evil, but the result of good or evil matters more than the action.
Okay. Well, you better just make sure that Aspen's fourth year help can get into your house. Because he's like in your house, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But he's just a second year, and Aspen knows a fourth year in my house, apparently.
It's just a fourth year, right? Aunt's her sister?
Well, she didn't say it was her sister, but
Well, have
maybe
you seen
her
Aspen
sister
talk to anybody else who's older?
I think
Her prefect.
Yeah.
She's been scolded by her prefect. Also,
had
Gustav,
dreamers.
you know your doorman was an upperclassman.
I heard rumors that Aspen meets people in the boys' toilets, so she probably knows loads of fourth years.
Yeah, we've all heard that. You know it was only one time and she was pushed in there against her will, right?
I mean, that's not what the rumors say.
All right, so on one hand, we have what Aspen said, and on the other hand, we have all of the rumors that are going around school. Which do you think is closer to the source of truth?
I mean, every rumor that Izzy's told us has been pretty accurate so far. And Aspen, I know that Aspen has a reputation as a snitch, but I'm not sure she's that great at telling the unvarnished truth.
Yeah. She's not great at you should probably check in with Aspen once we're done, or when she's done with her stuff. Just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Maybe in a private location that isn't the lunchroom or an alcove.
Okay. You're right.
Phineas,
Yes.
you see Tim is on delinquent detail.
I will be visibly surprised. And then maybe look around. I don't want to get him in trouble.
Professor Hart and Professor Hara are standing around the spot you pointed out.
Okay. Hello, Tim.
Hello, Phineas. He's just picking up trash. Luckily, he's already wearing gloves, so.
Is it alright if I ask why you were here?
I decided to skip the dance, despite it being mandatory, and I guess this was their way of making me come to the dance anyway.
That seems rather cruel. You've been through a lot.
Whatever, it's just cleaning up a bit of trash.
The dance was fun, though. I enjoyed it.
Cool. Glad you had fun.
I'm sorry to... Well, I'm just saying, next time, if they're going to make you be here, it's actually more fun. Although I think picking up trash is somewhat fun, too. It's actually more fun to be at the dance than to clean up after the dance.
Surprised dancing is your thing.
Me too. I didn't expect it. Once I started, I couldn't quite stop.
Yeah. So a lot of my ideas about you are not exactly what I thought.
Me either, probably. Well, think about it.
Right.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thanks.
Clean, 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 clean.
All right. Delinquent detail will end. Professor Hart will give you 10 more house points, you and Calder, for helping out.
Well, thank you. I feel a bit guilty.
Luckily, you asked her, because if you would have asked Professor Hart, he would be like, no, this is for their punishment.
They deserve it. Thank you. Calder, would you like to go see Professor Levi? I'm afraid I might have to apologize.
I don't think he's here today.
Oh. Well, you remind me to apologize to him if I wasn't supposed to mention the, you know. All right. What are we going to do? Should we go to the library and find the others? All right. I'm sure Kels has notes that she would like to share with us.
Oh, all right, yeah, you guys go to the library. I guess taking Aspen with you, I mean.
Oh, sure. That delinquent? Psh.
I assume at some point we stopped locking and unlocking bags and started doing the homework that we probably have due. I assume some professors didn't give us homework because they're like, it's the fall ball. And some are all like, it's the same amount. You know what? No, more.
Right. Come along, Aspen. It's a jailbreak.
Ooh. So glad I did that wonderful, lovely volunteer work that I was definitely volunteered for.
Well, look at it this way. When you do nice things, you get points, and you're just having to get points taken off of your negative balance. Oh, there may have been a murder.
A murder?
Yes, there was a small but significant trail of blood over in the corner there. Well, back in the back corner where that scorch was on the floor.
Ah.
I don't know.
Like, teenagers get really emotional and stuff.
I mean, that's
kinda
absolutely true, but I don't think that usually results in murder.
Well, no, but when a guy likes a girl, or a guy likes a guy, or a girl likes a girl, or envy likes an envy, love when someone loves someone else type deal, emotions rise, and the blood pressure gets really high or whatever, and maybe nosebleeds.
Tim is walking in front of you guys because he's also headed to the library, and he gives a little bit of a like look back.
I'm looking at him. I go.
Thank you.
I mean, my granny did explain these things to me, Aspen. I'm failing to see how they have anything to do with murder.
I mean, I think I read a book at some point in time where, like, this person really liked this guy,
Yes.
but, like, he didn't like her.
Okay.
And so it's like, if I can't have you, then nobody can. And so then they, like, murdered him, even though she loved him. It was weird.
That doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, did she reanimate him as her undead servant?
Maybe?
Well, that would sort of make sense, I suppose, for a certain type of person. Did she give him the bite and turn him into one of her thralls?
Maybe?
Well, it doesn't sound like a very good book if you can't remember.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you think
no.
what happened was, in a fit of unrequited love, someone saw someone that they cared about dancing with someone else and then murdered them on the spot.
Yes.
Well, it's a theory. We should run it by Kels.
Yes, she's a smart one.
It's true.
Cut to you guys in the room with me mentioning this conversation, and I go, wasn't that where like that fight was happening?
What fight?
Like the one we couldn't really see because a bunch of students crowded around, and then there was a smoke bomb, and Aspen reported it to Professor Harding.
I was dancing, but it was near a scorch mark on the floor.
Like from a smoke bomb?
Probably, I don't know.
So it was probably a fight?
Maybe.
I guess we never really went over and looked, so...
I mean, a scorch mark could just be a really bad moonborg.
Anyway, I reported it, and of course, the professor was, oh, well, maybe someone just like stubbed their toe. It's like,
Yeah.
have you been here this semester? It's probably a plot.
I think we are the Spiders George of this school regarding the number of murders or attempted murders. We're an outlier. This is uncommon.
We're at the far end of the bell curve, yes. But
Yeah,
my worry
like
is that
way
we're
over
stuck there. So, by our very presence, the likelihood that that is a result of murder and not a nosebleed has increased.
Okay, how much was it? Like a pool of blood?
More like a trail. Gibbles.
Like just a little bit?
I think if violence had been done such that it resulted in a pool of blood, it wouldn't have taken Calder, the intrepid investigator, to uncover the crime.
I'm giving 2K a sussy look. But any rate, listen, it's not much. It's probably the simplest thing, you know? Like just some people got in a fight.
It's almost never the simplest thing.
Yes, it is. This is like the number one crime investigation thing. You gotta find the most logical explanation for what happened.
So
Maybe they were murdered while they were having a nosebleed. Big brain.
So we're looking for the most logical explanation of what happened.
no, we're looking for the most likely explanation for what happened.
All right. And the most likely one is that was at the site of the fight, right? That's about where you saw it, right, Aspen?
The most likely answer was that there was foul play involved.
What if the pool of blood is literal and a mermaid took a victim?
I don't think Brigham did it. He doesn't seem the type. He doesn't fit the profile.
Well, he has a cousin, right?
Yes, but I think isn't the cousin on the with the two legs
The
side?
human side, yeah. You do barely hear the piano going because you guys are in a separate room.
Aspen, Kels and I wanted a word, if you wouldn't mind.
I know many.
So are you
words.
guys leaving, or are you kicking
No,
Phineas
no.
and the other out?
I'll wander over to the piano.
Okay, are you taking 2K with you?
Sure, he likes music.
Oh, if you're going to say hi to Tim, do you want to show him this weird vision?
No.
Okay. That's fine.
I mean, I do, to be clear, I do. But the consequences of doing so are quite obvious.
What consequences?
Well, he will know where it came from, won't he?
Of course he'll know where it came from. He already saw the other ones in the book. I mean, technically the Zest guy did, but so did Tim.
I think it's probably best not to ask things of him.
I think it's just more of an informative thing. Because I got nothing. I got nothing on that one.
Ah. All right.
All right.
You guys mosey on up to the piano. Kels goes off Aspen. You have the room.
So Gustav was talking about his problems. And you said you talked to a fourth year to help out?
Yeah.
And they're going to look out for Sammy?
Yeah. I told my sister that she's a fourth year and she knows other fourth years, like the prefect people, like Harvey and the other ones. And I told her to look out for Sammy, anyone picking on the little guys type deal. So we're good.
We detect lies with our good charms.
Yeah, go for it. Aspen, give me a charm roll. Well, yeah, Aspen, give me a charm roll as well.
I got a 3.
Well, it is nearing the end of the episode, so if you need to use stuff, I would probably use it now because it will go away.
Yeah. What'd
Aspen, what did you get?
24.
I'm sorry,
Did you
what'd
say
you get?
24?
Yeah.
Gosh dang it, Aspen!
I have a D12. It exploded. It landed at 11 the second time. Charm is +1. It's a 24.
I can't even help you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I believe Aspen.
Aspen believes Aspen.
Yeah. So you're like, oh, okay. Well, you at least believe that she told her sister that to, hey, handle
Okay.
Sammy.
Well, is that going to help, though? If she... Are you sure it's okay, Gustav? Like, Sammy seems pretty intimidating.
I would like to spend a help action in order to give Kels some AT. I would like to give her 20 AT.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Aspen, didn't you say your sister was looking out for Samantha?
You do remember her suddenly. You're like, wait, didn't you say you thought his name was Samantha? Did you say Samantha or Sammy?
Said Samantha. But, like, it's basically the same thing, isn't it?
I spend a diversity token just to bring that a little over Aspen and go like,
Yeah.
no, that's a complete... Is there even a Samantha in second year?
Probably.
I don't know.
Well, did
It might
you
even be
point
multiple, but she didn't know the last name either.
Yeah, did you point him out or anything?
No, because I don't know what he looks like.
That's right, I do never see him outside of class. It is kind of weird. I guess he's a second year.
Kels, you know that drowning astronaut?
Yeah.
I think that's me. I think Sammy is going to have me murdered.
The next one's gonna have cement shoes.
Huh, well, I mean...
Actually, Kels, give me a grit roll.
Oh, cool. you can really accelerate the plot by just popping visions everywhere. At any rate, 6.
Oh, okay. All right. So I will throw in. Oh, I'm on the wrong. On my sheets, not your sheets. Okay. You guys can keep talking.
Okay. It'll be fine.
Well, Sammy only gave me till the end of the day.
Well, then you better go.
But I can't even do the unlocking spell. I can't even do the locking version of it.
Well, maybe in the context of the professor, you can think about how he'd think about it, like get in his head. Like, what would he make his lock like? And then you can just undo it. It'll be easy. Or you can really quick ask Mateo for an acid flask thing. Don't tell him what you need it for, just that you need it. He likes showing off his cool potions.
Feel like Professor Levi would make a lock specifically for Phineas to not be able to get into it.
Well, certainly a certain person or not person.
What numbers do you think Phineas would not choose?
It's not necessarily numbers. It's more of a magical pattern, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's vibes.
Yeah.
You gotta feel the vibes.
Kels, you have a vision of when you're like, oh my god, you have until the end of the night to figure this out, and we don't even have a plan yet. And I threw a vision in the vision said.
Okay. Cool. So it is a prison window with a broken bar and a man in the distance walking on a horizon. Sunsetty horizon. I don't think you have much time, is what I think this is saying. So if you're going to do something, you need to do it quick.
Will you come with me, please?
You're going to have to make a charm roll. Kels doesn't really want to.
Charm roll against each other, go for it.
Yeah.
And he just spent all his AT on you. Let's go.
Yeah,
Wow.
thanks. But don't worry,
20.
the dice betray.
Because I've been loading it up.
I got a 3.
I rolled an 8, and my reroll got me a 6.
All right. I think you got me either
it's
way.
at +1 because you're charming.
15, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Just this one time.
Oh, thank you. Kels, ever since that summer camp together, I've always known that you're on my side. Truly.
Yeah.
Aspen,
Well,
will you come along too?
no, she will not come along. She's going to actually be in this room and pretend she didn't hear anything. Isn't that right, Aspen?
What are we doing?
Exactly. Let's go.
Phineas, you go up to the piano. Tim's playing piano. Different set of gloves, obviously.
What kind of music?
It's definitely NIMP.
But like tempo.
Soft, kind of like Mozart-y, I guess.
Oh, I like that. Is it a waltz?
Sure.
Is waltzing strictly forbidden in the library?
I don't think anybody's thought to put that as a
All
rule.
right then. Oh, Calder, you missed the part. Viennese waltz. Watch me. And I will. But not the whole one with the skip and the very dramatic. Just a little bit of a lean into it. And I will waltz a circle around the piano.
Yeah, Tim is kind of looking at you, but he'll finish the song and stop.
Oh, please keep going.
Oh. Okay. And he'll keep going. Choose
Yeah.
another song, I guess that's similar.
Certainly.
All right, Kels, Gustav, what are you doing?
We are heading to Professor Levi's office.
All right, you're there.
Right. Keep a lookout, and I'll try to spell.
Okay.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
heading straight to the cupboard.
Well, I presume
Okay.
his office.
Well,
okay.
the office door is going to be locked because he's not here today.
Yeah.
You didn't get that from Phineas, but he isn't. So just do a standard. Oh, I forget what I used for this before.
It was brains, I believe.
All right, go for brains difficulty 7.
I got a 9.
Great. It unlocks.
I'm gonna give a quick glance around the office for that hound we once saw him have.
You don't see him.
Straight to the cupboard.
All right, you're there.
Let's try to unlock this one. Is this also brains?
Yes. Are you doing it?
Apparently.
Okay.
You told me to keep a lookout. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to switch out,
I mean,
can.
you are objectively better at this.
I mean, you can try it
Yes.
first if you want.
Right. That'll go well. There's definitely no alarm on it.
Oh yeah, there definitely is. We're going to have so many alarms.
Yeah, we'll say it's a brains difficulty 19.
Oh, dang.
But you'll get, if you have Kels's instructions, will kind of help, and that'll give you a +3.
All you gotta do is get a 16. Sorry, 17.
My D8 has rolled a 3. With Kels's help, that makes it a 6.
And your magic die?
Oh, I get a magic die too.
Yeah.
Oh, 4. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
What, that's a 10?
Total 10.
Well, good thing you have
You're
that
so lucky you
Spellslinger.
have Spellslinger.
spell
Yeah,
slinger.
so you try it, but you can't get it open.
Gustav, you watch, I say.
I get shoved out of the way and I
Yeah.
slink up to the door and look outside.
Same thing.
I say confidently, using a major boon.
You might as well use them.
Let's see. Let's see. That's an 11 on the die, 2 on the thing. That's 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 for the adversity tokens. There, 20.
Cool. It takes some concentration. It takes some time.
Mhm.
So you get a little nervous because you're like, man, this is taking a while. But like, you can feel yourself succeeding as you get through it, and then finally, you feel it's open.
Okay. All right, Gustav, and I'll go back to the door.
And I look for a bracelet with intricate runes on it. Or
Okay, yeah, you see a bunch of different stuff in there, some random things. There's like some stuff is covered up with cloth too.
I mean, it's probably the same stuff that was in it last time we opened the cupboard in the fight.
No, the fight was in Professor Ames's classroom.
Oh,
That was a bunch of magic defense stuff. This is more supernatural studies stuff. So you look through some drawers. Give me a quick brains roll. Give me a quick flight roll, actually. See how fast you're able to search stuff.
19. I go straight past all the vestiges of Phineas.
Yeah, you go past the board that's covered with a sheet. You go past all these files and stuff, and you're like, this looks like a place with jewelry. And you like open the drawer, and you're like, oh my god, it's right there.
And I grab it and let's get out of here quickly.
You want to lock it?
He's
Relock
going
it?
to know. He's going to know that the bracelet is gone. Either way.
What? All right. Any rate, I'm going to try to lock his office door at least. That seems easy to do quickly.
Yeah, sure, you could just do that.
Yeah. And then we casually walk away.
Give me a flight roll,
Casually run away.
both of you.
Do we have any boons?
I feel like we have
Yeah.
boots.
Pretty sure you do.
I'd also like, well, let's see, what am I at? That's a 7 for me right now.
Aspen, I assume you're just chilling.
We did not bring her along. She does
No,
not know
I know
about
she's
this.
in the room, but
Just
I got a 15.
watching the dance.
okay, you got a 15. Kels, what'd you get?
I got a 7.
Okay.
And that's
Should I
studying.
try
Good stuff.
harder?
Good stuff starts going. You take a little bit of time. You got to lock the door really quick. You lock it so you're a little bit behind. And when you turn the corner, you see Gustav Friend is right in front of Professor Levi. He walks past, but he kind of sees you coming from the classroom.
We keep
That's Levi.
walking super cash. Or Gustav says something.
Oh, what'd you say, Gustav? Sorry, I didn't hear it.
Oh, I just said Professor Levi. I didn't. Are you looking for Phineas?
Yes, actually.
Oh, he's in the library. We were just with him.
Okay. Thank you. And he'll keep walking.
Oh, well, we'll see you in the library then. And I go to the Water Library. Kels, are you splitting off?
Yeah, I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna go to my room. I say.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Yep, see ya.
All right. Phineas Tim is probably like after a couple songs is like my
Oh, no, thank you. I don't mean to be demanding.
it's fine. I was playing anyway.
Yeah, you play beautifully.
Thanks.
Calder really likes music too, don't you? Mm-hmm. Well, sorry.
Yeah. I was to be honest with you, it took me some time to kind of process what happened.
Mm.
When blood cultists took my body for a joyride, basically. I remember everything, but looking back, you guys are a little bit different than I thought. Well, not completely, but
How so?
well, for one, I was surprised none of you guys used blood magic.
Why would we?
I thought because you were getting attacked by a blood cultist and you group centers around the like chosen one blood cultist.
Sometimes we know how it feels when people make us feel less and outside and bad and wrong for things that we can't control. And for those of us who understand how that feels, it's very important that we don't inflict that on other people. I understand the temptation when one feels that way to find an outlet. We have to be very cautious that that outlet is not another person who's in the same situation.
I see what you're saying. You can just say it, though.
Oh, this is just how I talk.
I made a lot of assumptions about you and
Calder.
Calder.
Or 2K.
2K, right. It was actually kind of impressive seeing how willing you guys were all to sacrifice yourselves for each other.
I turned into a crow monster.
Yeah, that's definitely still in my brain.
I think I probably still have a
But-
little bit of your arm inside me.
Great.
Or at least your shirt. I don't know. Sometimes I.
You didn't come into contact with like my skin or anything, did you?
I mean, technically, we were fused at the molecular level. So I don't know what that means. I would say probably so. Skin, bone, blood.
Do you see anything?
I don't think so. It was quite painful. Maybe. But no, I don't recall. I don't recall there being any unexpected consequences, other than, massive organ displacement.
Just curious. Blood magic's weird or whatever.
That's all. What I do isn't blood magic.
Wait, what?
What I do isn't blood magic.
Oh no, I was talking about the
Oh, yes.
Rodney dude. Yeah.
Yes. It's very strange. I don't understand it.
Right. Anyways,
Glad you feel better.
I just assumed you guys were kind of like your own little cult thing.
No.
I don't know. I've overheard you talking sometimes, and I didn't always like what I was hearing.
Oh, like what?
Just seems like you're very indifferent to some of the stuff your hag did.
No. Not exactly. I tell people stories about what it was like growing up as a child, and then they retire. So there's that. But, it wasn't all bad. I accept that it was strange. But it's kind of hard to judge, when you're inside it. And when you're inside a situation, it's very difficult to maintain or achieve some sort of moral judgment. But,
Well, right, yeah. You don't have perspective.
yes.
I can definitely understand that.
Which is one of the reasons I try very hard to maintain clear moral focus now. Because I can't necessarily trust all of my instincts, if that makes sense. Although mostly my instincts seem to be to want people to not be upset. I have to assume that part of that is due to Granny. Intentionally or by accident.
Or in spite of, but
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's possible. Who knows? Anyway, none of that's in my control, so there's no reason for me to worry about it. The past is gone. The future is uncertain. All I have is now, and the choices that I make.
yeah. Well, anyways, guess I misjudged you a little bit, but I mean, you guys still definitely blew my secret, so not exactly happy with that still because this caused the whole thing, but
Well. Would you be, for yourself and for no one else, would you be willing to have a conversation about that and come to some closure? I'm only asking so that you don't have to feel angry about it. Not asking for acceptance, not asking for forgiveness, just to put a pin in that so it doesn't have to be something that occupies your mind.
yeah.
All right. Well, I can't have that conversation with you because I don't really know all the details. But I think I can facilitate that conversation happening.
Okay.
All right. I'll work on that.
He's gonna pack up his stuff because he's starting to get late.
Right. Thank you for playing.
Yep. All right. So Phineas, it's you and 2K. Aspen is still in the room alone. Kels went back to her room. Gustav, you have the bracelet.
I am heading straight to the library. I need to
Okay.
evacuate Aspen before Professor Levi comes along.
Okay.
Professor Levi's already there.
All right. Yeah, Gustav, you fast walk or run. I don't know, whichever. Get to Aspen.
Aspen, come on. We need to get back to our houses.
Okay.
No,
Closes
step
the book.
together.
I mean, you still have a little
Step
bit of time,
together.
but
Step together.
We managed to do it, but Professor Levi is going to find out at any moment, so we need to.
Accessory after the fact.
It's very important that he doesn't ask you any questions, and I know that he's going to be talking to Phineas next.
Probably.
So let me tell you the thing that you can know.
cool. So you guys do that. All right, Phineas.
Hi,
You're with 2K.
Gustav. Hi, Gustav. Yes. Step together. Step together. And then you can just swing back and forth. You can describe a star pattern, or you can do the grand waltz. That requires a skip. Might require some practice.
Cool. So Gustav, Aspen, you head out of the library past Professor Levi, who doesn't even really look twice at you, just keeps going towards the library. Finds Phineas. Like, oh, there you
Professor.
are, Phineas.
Yes.
Just wanted to check in.
Well, we had a wonderful time at the dance, didn't we, Calder? We made a new friend, didn't we? And then we helped clean up after. And then Tim played us a lovely waltz, and I was showing Calder the basics. How was your time at home or whatever?
Fine.
You don't often check on me.
Pretty sure I mean, I'm a teacher. I should be checking on.
No, usually I'm lurking in the shadows and I pop out when I have something that I need to ask you.
Well,
Sort of our
that
thing.
too.
But typically on a non-school night, you don't. Is there something that you need?
No,
Oh, okay.
I just hadn't seen you two since the dance.
Well, we had a wonderful time. We danced outside with Kota and his familiar. That was lovely. He's a wonderful, wonderful young man with a complicated family relationship. But that's fine. We would love to be friends with him, but understand that the situation with his brother is important. And then we uncovered a murder, potentially.
Oh, really?
Well, we uncovered potential evidence of a murder. Blood. At the dance. And notified the teacher. And at first she was, probably someone just, it's like, yes, well, that's how we wind up being nearly murdered by blood cultists.
Oh, did you test it?
Test it? I thought you said taste it.
Same.
I mean, no. I mean, I knew it was human for obvious reasons.
Right.
Well, I should say I knew it wasn't obviously non-human. I didn't lick it. Ew. Are you sure you're all right?
Better than ever.
You haven't learned something about the,
The what?
the impending event.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
The test tomorrow.
Did I learn anything about a test tomorrow?
Well,
That
more...
is the impending doom?
No. Well, impending doom potentially for me. I was worried that there was a test tomorrow. I was worried you were going to tell me that there indeed is
From
going to be
me?
one. Oh, no, I'm not in your class.
Why? I'm confused.
Me too.
Well, no. I did not learn anything about a test you have.
All right. Oh, and remember when you warned me not to go outside at a certain time of the month?
Mm-hmm.
Was that supposed to be a secret?
Why would it be a secret?
Well, I don't know. I was talking to one of the teachers. They didn't seem to know anything about it. I was worried that I had betrayed your confidence, which I would never want to do on purpose.
I don't think it would be a secret to not go out during a certain time of night. I mean, you have curfews.
Well, I was just thinking when I was explaining to her, or trying to reconstruct how I knew about it, and didn't really realize that the trail of breadcrumbs led back to you. With the whole situation by the stream.
2K will speak up and be like, the werewolf.
Yeah. I will not pinch, but I will subtly grasp 2K's forearm as he starts to speak up.
Oh, and he's like, oh, yeah. I mean, don't be out on the full moon. That's just common sense.
Right. Well, you know how I feel about werewolves. So maybe I'm just imagining things.
Maybe. Well, just wanted to check on you. Everything's going, it seems to be fine.
Yes.
Great.
Well, and the good news is everyone here is just as nice as they were last week. It's getting better even.
Great.
I never knew what it was like to be popular before.
Well, it's makes sense you would be.
Of course.
And have a good night, Phineas.
You as well.
And he will. Cool. Good stuff.
Howdy.
What?
I said howdy.
Oh. What are you doing?
I am going to take my ill-gotten gains to my ill-gotten leader.
All right. You.
I'm obviously going to stop outside the door first, brush myself
Right.
off. You got to look good.
You got your former doorman there. He's like, you got it?
I'm ready.
Nice. And he'll check in and then go ahead and wave you to go ahead in.
I enter the doors and I bow. And I take another step and I bow and so on and so forth all the way up.
Good stuff. You got what I think you got?
I do.
Excellent. Let's see it.
I take a surreptitious look around the room for spies. And then I pull it out of my bag and present it to him. My fingerprints are all over it because I have sticky hands because I'm a 14-year-old.
Right. He looks at it. Nice. And you'll see like a tiny, or not tiny, but like a weasel-like creature come up, grab it, and take it under the desk. Great. What else?
Kells and Aspen, were absolutely vital to this plan. I'm glad
Okay.
to have them on board.
Yeah, well, in the future, we know to come ask me, right? Before we involve other people when I tell you not to involve other people.
You got it, boss.
Great. Where's my dossier?
Look, I'm not that great at writing. I'm not very fast, but I can
I
get
just
that
need
to you.
information. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Aspen has a sister who's at 4th year.
See, I didn't ask for it. I asked for it in a specific, I want the information in writing. I'm not going to remember all this.
I'll have that written down for you by tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning before class.
Gotcha.
Before first period. All right. Go work, Gustav.
And I bow and back up a step and bow.
Cool. And the doorman, when you come out, he'll like hold out a little fist for fist bump. Just very professional, like not even looking at you. All right, Aspen, you went back to your common room. Gustav, you're in yours. Kels, you went back to yours. Phineas, UK.
Yes, I will say that Kells does look through a vision book and find the one at Professor Levi's door. Thinks for a moment whether she could copy it onto a new piece of paper or not, and then decides just to put it near the front, near the new visions.
Cool. 2K will kind of nudge you, Phineas, once Professor Levi's gone. He's like, you told me to remind you.
No, I thank you. Don't you think that was very odd? Professor Levi will often come to find you. Professor Levi never comes to find me.
Yeah, he didn't even ask about me.
Yes. And Professor Levi is very aware of how I feel about this place. And werewolves. Professor Levi did not recognize when I mentioned the event that happened down by the stream.
Maybe he forgot like you do?
I think that's unlikely.
Do you think he's possessed?
No.
He looks confused. It's just like...
That might not have been him.
Oh. Who was it?
Well.
And he kind of asks that, kind of knowing what he thinks.
Yes. Well, the very important thing now is for us to all be very, very happy, well-behaved children. It's time for all good children to be in their beds. We'll find a time to talk later. There's nothing for you to worry about.
He is definitely still worried, but yeah. Okay. And that is where we'll end it. Went a little bit over, but you guys took a while to decide you guys were actually going to go through with it.
Well, you baited these poor children to commit crimes.
Well, I mean,
So
their whole thing was, oh, Aspen got her sister to go look for Samantha.
It's fine.
That feels...
No, I was referring.
One or two things were going to happen.
Yes, I was referring to the. I'm your mom. I'll teach you how to unlock the most complicated locks.
Hey,
to be
I
fair,
asked her.
she asked about it.
It's true.
I did
So I
ask
just
about
tied
it.
it in.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I even made a note for myself
Unprompted.
to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kels has been a mastermind criminal this entire time. Kels really is working. Kels is the mob. Sammy is her front.
If only.
I'm completely prepared for that. People, hi Raiders.
Yeah, I did like that. I saw Bro Gullet say like, "Oh, I bet Kels is his inside man."
Yeah.
Like she told him that. Oh yeah, Gustav's out here blabbing your stuff.
Oh man,
Having the
All right,
stuff
well,
ever, huh?
I am SJ Sidekick. I don't stream, but I'm on here quite a bit. Maybe not as much in the upcoming months, but this was Kids on Brooms. Next, is there anything else coming up in the shoot?
It's a surprise, a traveling band.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe. We'll see what we
Gotcha.
can do with it in the next couple weeks, because I think a lot of
Fair enough.
vacations are coming up too. So the summer spells upon us. But
Best way to find out is 1, turn on notifications, or 2, be in the Discord. Cool. We'll go with Kels. Go ahead.
all right. I was playing Kels. I am Misha_lesson3 here on Twitch, at MishaWea on Twitter or Tumblr. You can find the fan art in the Discord, which is linked somewhere on this Twitch page. Or you can go to cpluscomics.tumblr.com, where some of the fan art eventually ends up. Go ahead, Aspen.
Hi, I'm Sin or Sinful__potato on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, most social media sites. I have been playing Aspen. She's completely clued into everything and knows a whole bunch of stuff and whatnot. Maybe, I don't know, it's all jumbled together in that brain that thinks animals are people and stuff. It's fine. I'm doing this art challenge on Instagram called Mermaid, where you draw mermaids all through May. So I post those to Instagram. So I have a kind of list scheduled up for constant posts at 11 a.m. Eastern, so that's 10 a.m. Central, if you want to check that out. Bye.
Hello, I'm Twi'lek. I've been playing Gustav, and presumably next series I will play Gustav again because nobody died, which was slightly amazing. Zero.
Yes, I am 00 Daylight or Michael. Back with the impromptu. I'm already doing the hand motions for Marsh. Exciting. Back to the little impromptu, a couple of sessions of a traveling band, which is a root to the role-playing game. I think you probably mentioned this. And I was playing Phineas, who I think is pretty convinced that we just met Granny, which is not good. For those of you who joined late, Phineas is a nice, sweet kid who just wants everyone to be happy. And his grandmother's a hag and has now shown up at magical school disguised as his favorite professor. That's not problematic at all, considering she escaped from magical prison. Like, he's been warning everyone since day one. No one's taken it seriously. It's fine. Once again, Phineas is correct. Everyone else is wrong. Cool. Well, we should go say hi just a moment before, because thank you very much for reminding me. I should say thank you, SJ, for winning. Thank you, fellow players, for playing. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in the stream and also on YouTube later. And this time, instead of making our friends on YouTube watch me fumble trying to write out, I'm going to end the recording and then we can do that part. So let's say early goodbye to our friends on YouTube, and we will see you again soon.